The 2K Sports pregame show, presented by Kia.
Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson here with my colleagues, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Our featured matchup tonight out in Toronto, where the Raptors will be going up against the Miami Heat. For the Heat, they'll be up for this game, facing the team that defeated them in the conference semis last season. This is one they've been waiting for.
On the road and hungry for a win against an Eastern Conference rival, the Miami Heat are ready for this thing to get started. Great to have you with us, everybody, live on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here along with analysts Greg Anthony and Steve Smith. And we'll be hearing from DA along the sideline all game long. They continue to spread the load, trying to compensate for the injured Kyle Lowry.
Kevin, he is a critical player to lose because he's the one that kind of sets everything up. He keeps everybody together, and just a monumental loss for this team.
So the opening lineup for the Heat, on a length up front with Bosch and Whiteside in the middle. Dion Waiters is out there with Dragic, and it's Winslow in at the 3 slot.
Gotta love the big man Valanciunas fighting for that extra chance, and he was rewarded for his effort.
And it goes out of bounds. That one off Dragic. Steve, we have a great matchup in the middle right here tonight. How fun is it going to see these two great centers go head-to-head?
That's old school when these two guys go at it, banging. And you start talking about centers, you know, a lot of people look at points, but then you got to start looking at reboundings and who threw the first elbow and, you know, who's the enforcer and just set the tone for his team.
And the constant fighting for position underneath.
The stuff you don't see off the ball, they go at it.
Gets bad in there, doesn't it?
Yes.
You didn't go in there much, did you?
No, I just looked and kind of marveled at it.
It's kind of marveled at it. Now here's Wright, following the miss by Chris Bosh. Valanciunas sets a screen for Wright. Here's DeRozan. Banked in off the glass.
You like the way that DeMar DeRozan stuck with the play. A lot of guards will shy away from the contact when you have to go to the offensive glass.
Raiders against DeRozan. Winslow kicks to Bosh. Battles through traffic and lays it in.
You can't give him any daylight or he will do just that.
Toronto, they've gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Passes it to Tucker. That's tipped, and it's out of bounds. The Raptors able to retain possession here. Here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes gone by. And it's Wright missing. The Heat have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Bosh kicks to Whiteside. It's stolen by Valanciunas. Shoots a 3, and DeMar DeRozan the bucket on the assist by Patterson. DeRozan's got 5.
That kind of shot is something that DeRozan has worked hard on to make consistent.
Whiteside dishes to Winslow. Waiters passes to Bosh. Down low. There's Winslow. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist.
That pass was a work of art right there.
Raptors leading by 3. Raptors last season introducing a new logo, new jerseys, revamped colors to go with their new motto, We the North. It seemed to have captured, Steve, the spirit of this fan base.
Yeah, I think some teams like the Brooklyn Nets, they put Brooklyn across the front of all their jerseys, home or away. The Raptors, they like to keep that on the front of their jersey. They want to represent not just Toronto, but the whole country.
The Raptors shooting their first free throw of the night.
And at the line last season, about 78% as a team. Pretty solid numbers.
For a player his size, Valanciunas has always been a good free throw shooter. We won't see a hack of Val anytime soon.
The Heat shooting their first free throws of the evening.
And talking about last season, this team hit just 74% of their free throws. I'm sure they were hoping for better than that.
Joseph, he's checked in for Wright. And so he hits both. Toronto's gone just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first. And Joseph kicks to DeRozan. Stolen by Waiters. There's Winslow. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2. The Raptors have gone 4 for 9 from the field to start this game off. And Joseph kicks to DeRozan. The jump hook. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him. And it's 7 points for Valanciunas. Dragic kicks to Winslow. Patterson against Bosh. Second chance shot, and the whistle fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
The Heat have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both. That free throw missing.
Dwayne Casey's one of those guys, watching him coaching his Raptors. He has passion on the sideline. He works extremely hard. He's such a competitor, pacing up and down the sideline. Dwayne Casey is a hard worker.
And they're making a change here. James Johnson's checked in for Bosch. Luke Babbitt comes in for Justice Winslow. Richardson, he's checked in for Waiters. And it's Tyler Johnson in for Goran Dragic. Oh, and here comes Joseph all alone. Count that bucket. Joseph's got his first basket of the night.
Yeah, off to a strong start here early. 6 points off second chance buckets.
And Steve Casey has made hard work the mantra of his team. And for his own coaching style, at the end of the day, he says it's about outworking the other team in every way.
Well, that's Dwayne Casey. Defense, defense, hard working. That's his mantra, and that's what he lives by.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
He had 76% from the line a season ago, and most would consider that to be a success.
And Miami calls their first time out of the game. This game coming on the heels of their win against the Kings.
And a couple guys got hot early, and then it became contagious. You could see that everybody kind of pitched in when it came to shooting.
They kept swinging the ball, and thanks to this unselfish mindset, everyone was able to contribute.
The Heat trail by 11. Johnson kicks to Whiteside. Will it go? And out of bounds as Toronto gains possession.
And looking now at the numbers for Johnson, how he performed last season. Averaged 8 points a game, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. And for him, it's all about getting better each time he takes the floor.
Joseph dishes to Nogueira. Back to Joseph. This one for 3. Babbitt grabs the board. Last game for the Raptors, they picked up the W against the Wizards in Washington.
And guys, they could have won that game on the strength of their offense alone. It was that good.
Knocking down every kind of shot imaginable. Hard to take them down when they are clicking like that.
And here are the Raptors now. Heat knocking down the tray. Count that one.
And it's like raining buckets right now. I wonder if this is the early stages of a blowout.
It's looking good so far. They have their offense intact right now.
Here's Whiteside. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
All the officials are all over that one.
The Heat shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. First one falls for. And both free throws good from Whiteside. Raptors leading by 8. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Joseph, the pass to DeRozan. Here's the screen. Carroll kicks to Nogueira. Johnson with some nice D.
Blown opportunity right there. Point blank lay in. Come on now.
Babbitt dishes to Johnson. Puts up a 3. Unable to get that one. Offense, the order of the day as the first quarter comes to a close. Raptors lead by 8. And Corey Joseph, born in Toronto, gives us his thoughts about returning north of the border via free agency.
Oh, I played a big part in that. You know, ever since I was growing up, I was a Toronto Raptors fan. You know, growing up, watching them, you know, just having it in my dreams, me and my brother, and, you know, Tristan, Mike, all those guys playing together, just knowing if we get the opportunity, you know.
And having won a championship with the Spurs in 2014, you wonder how much of Joseph's experience can carry over to help the Raptors.
You know, it's always good to have rings in the locker room, especially for big games. And what I like about Joseph is that he's just now starting to realize his potential.
All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And guys, what's your take on Toronto so far?
Well, they've dictated tempo with their defense and been able to force some turnovers.
They've been super aggressive on that end, and they've been rewarded for it so far. Let's see if they'll be able to maintain this for the rest of the game.
They've got Wright. Also, Corey Joseph out there. Jonas Valanciunas is out there with Damari Carroll. So that's the 5 in the game for Toronto. Screen by Valanciunas. There's the pick. Jumper off the screen, and an air ball on that one. Way off. And stolen by Wright to the paint. And it's good. Through contact, hits the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
Nice find there from Carroll to keep the ball moving for the score.
P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for the Raptors. And Smitty, we have a question sent in by one of our viewers. This is from Quinn up in Green Bay, Wisconsin. He asks, they were wondering what you'd like to do in the offseason to decompress from basketball, to get away from it.
Physically, I like to do a little yoga, like to swim, and I think something challenging. I love to play golf because that humbles me. I'm still not good at it, Kevin, but I keep going at it.
And you have fun doing it.
I do. I have a lot of fun. You know why? No scorecard. Not at all.
But once a competitor, always, right? You can't lose that edge.
No, not at all. So that's the one thing I like about it is me versus the ball versus the hole, and they're winning right now.
Patrick Patterson, he's checked in for Toronto.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Raiders on the wing, guarded by Tucker. Here's Johnson, up and in, off to an efficient start, 2 for 3 from the field.
Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
Patterson setting the pick for Joseph. And again, Toronto no up.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
Johnson down low. Patterson's there.
So much of rebound is about position, effort. No lack of it right there.
The putback. Dragic against Wright. Screened by Valanciunas. Joseph, the pass to Valanciunas. Tries again. That one doesn't go. Now the Heat take it the other way. It's off to Oklahoma City for him after this game, so they have the Thunder to look forward to. That'll be the second of this 2-game road trip. Dragic against Wright.
Timeout.
Timeout called, the Heat. This game against Toronto here, it's their first look at the Raptors.
Yeah, plenty of familiarity in this matchup. Last season, they were knocked out of the playoffs by this club.
And a look now at the 4 areas where shots can come from. The paint, mid-range, and shots from deep, all broken down for Toronto.
And not a lot of attempts from beyond the break. Those deeper three-pointers can be a little outside of some players' range, but they've got guys who can make that shot. I think that's just an outlier so far.
And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Just 5 to shoot. And Waiters kicks to Winslow. And that one comes up a bit short.
Right thing there to stay that tight on him and really try to keep him out of his comfort zone.
And so the ball out of bounds. Bosch touched it last. Joseph with the ball. He's got 5. Clock at 6. Here's Tucker. The putback.
And it's the defense that's making it tough on them here in the second quarter, not finding the easy buckets like they did in the first.
Dragic kicks to Bosch. Out to the right wing. And stolen by Patterson. 4 on 3 as they bring it up. And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in the second quarter of play. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, GA. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Catching up on the changes for Toronto. Nogueira's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. And it's DeRozan in for Corey Joseph. Outside, Dragic. Pass to Winslow. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot two. That's on Patrick Patterson.
All the officials are all over that one.
The Heat shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight. Free throw, no good. And he can't hit the second. Well, it's one of the most fascinating developments in professional sports over the last decade. Steve, how do you think social media has impacted how NBA players carry themselves?
You know, a lot of ways, Kevin. It has gotten a lot of players in trouble. I think also it's taken away a lot of freedom. Everywhere you go, there's cameras there. But I think also in some ways it's built a lot of these guys' brands because they have millions and millions of followers, and sometimes that can change into dollars.
Do you know what I envision after a game? Guys leaving the floor, going to the locker room, and the first thing they do is pick up their phone and look at social media to see what fans are saying about the game and more specifically about the way they were individually playing.
Hey, Kevin, you're totally right, and I think sometimes you got to just disconnect from what people are saying about you, whatever is good or bad.
Carroll dishes to DeRozan and misses it off the right side of the rim. Here's Magruder. Nogueira pulls it in.
Now that's terrific defense at the rim. Got right in his path.
That will be in his head. The next time he comes down the lane, he'll have thoughts about that one.
Up top, DeRozan. Last game, an incredible scoring display for him. And it's Dragic with the foul. That's his first foul. And a new group in for the Heat. Toronto working the ball around now. And the shot goes down. He has 5.
They are just killing them on the interior.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Johnson for 3. It's hauled in by the Raptors. They host the Kings after this game, and that game is the second of 2 straight at home. Nogueira gets a screen for Carroll. Right from outside. The shot, no good. Good D by Johnson. There's 38 seconds left in the first half, and he's good on the 3 ball. Babbitt's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
A chance here to go 2 for 1.
But you can't waste time. You have to go quickly.
They set the pick. Outside DeRozan. A 3 ball. Babbitt grabs the board.
And after hitting only 1 3 in the first quarter, he has none here in the second.
From downtown, and again, Miami with the triple. 1 second left. No good there. And the first half is now in the books. The Raptors out in front, leading by 7. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much. Jonas, you guys got off to a strong start. How important was it to set the tone early?
You know, we came out with a different energy. We said it's enough to struggle from the start. You know, we got to focus and play good starts.
That is where it all starts. Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the 3rd quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
First half in the books. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Welcome back as we break down all the action. It's Toronto with the advantage at the half. They've got the 7-point lead. Shaq, let's get your opinion on their game so far.
What stood out to me more than anything else was how hard they got after it on the offensive glass. They were keeping possessions alive and converting those rebounds into points. Take away those extra points, they're not in this position, Ernie.
Kenny, what'd you think about Miami?
They ran into a buzzsaw, and it was on full blast. And once they fell behind, the crowd got into it, and it seemed that they lost a lot of confidence. They started pressing, forcing things, and it made it worse. So in the second half, relax, man. Just remember, there's 2 more quarters. It's a fresh start.
And in a matter of moments, they'll be starting the 3rd quarter. Kevin Harlan standing by. See you, folks.
The evening commute has plenty of people on the move here tonight in Toronto, where we welcome you back to On 2K. All right, the second half beginning in just a moment. Jonas Valanciunas having a dominant impact in this game.
Unbelievable the way he dominated that offensive glass in those first 2 quarters. Just a great effort for him for the entire half.
He bullied his way inside for a ton of rebounds, and until they get a body on him, he's just going to keep coming at him.
Raptors leading by 7. While we've got a moment, let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. On the floor for Miami, Winslow and Bosch at the forward spots. Dragic is out there with Dion Waiters. And it's Whiteside in at the 5, home in the paint. Clock at 4. Here's DeRozan, and he's good on the 3-ball. DeRozan's got the first points to start out the third quarter for the Raptors.
Look at the focus in DeRozan's eyes on that shot. A guy right in his face, but he had no problem finishing it.
Bosch kicks to Waiters. Bosch sets the pick for Waiters. Feeds it to Winslow. Here's Bosch. And that one is off. Now Toronto takes it the other way. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Toronto shooting 41% for the game. To the middle. And it's Valanciunas finishing it off.
Great heads-up look there from DeRozan to get his teammate an easy basket.
Steve, you were such a terrific three-point shooter in your day back in that 2001-2002 season. You led the league, in fact, in three-point percentage. You and I were having a conversation about great three-point shooters a little while ago. Did you ever think that shot would make the mark in the league that it has now made with the Currys and the Klay Thompsons and the way they're firing from distance?
You know what, Kevin, I shot it well that year. Tim Duncan, give him a lot of credit, and David Robinson. They drew a lot of double teams. But they're not shooting the 3-ball right now. I shot right around that line. These guys are shooting so far out, still with a high percentage and with a lot of volume. It's unbelievable what these guys are doing now with the 3-ball.
Would you play differently now with the league the way it is now than you did when you played the game?
Yeah. I'd be a stretch 4.
Yeah,
I mean, you start to look at
right.
it, probably wouldn't be playing the point guard position, probably be a stretch 4.
DeRozan on the wing, wide open. That's it on the jump shot. DeRozan's got 12.
Look at the big man Valanciunas showing off the playmaking skills.
Winslow, the pass to Bosch. It's hauled in by the Raptors. Valanciunas has got 7 rebounds in the game.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
With that shot, the Raptor lead is cut down to 7 on the bucket from Whiteside. The Raptors have gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there. And Wright kicks to DeRozan. Tucker dishes to Wright. Outside DeRozan. 5 to shoot. Can't connect from 13 feet out.
Because he's such an explosive force down low, the defense threw everything they had at him, and it worked.
Dishes it to Dragic. Now here's Winslow, guarded by Tucker. Outside Dragic. And it's off from three-point range. Here's Tucker, covered by Winslow, and Wright. Here we go, and Whiteside sends it back. Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. Winslow's running. Toronto grabs the miss.
Even though he couldn't quite convert the layup, I like him being in attack mode.
And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Corey Joseph's checked in for DeLon Wright. James Johnson's checked in for the Heat. Ellington comes in for Dion Waiters. Here's Joseph. Hassan Whiteside grabs the miss. Whiteside's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
They needed a run desperately, and boy, did they come up big.
And And this comeback was fueled by doing it on both ends of the floor. Let's see if they have that same energy level to keep this up.
Back to Valanciunas. He feeds it to Joseph. Some nice ball movement here by the Raptors. Here's Tucker. Misses, and the dry spell continues.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Count the basket. And now just a 2-point Raptor lead.
Well, this here is a game. Good run to close the gap.
Well, they knew they weren't just going to be given this game. They had to go out and take it, and they're close.
And Joseph kicks to DeRozan. Makes the most of the high percentage shot. DeRozan's got 7 points for the quarter.
And not quite as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. Sticking to the high percentage shots, playing smart with the lead.
Baseline try, and the Heat get another bucket right there.
And all of a sudden, the shots now falling in bunches. The complexion of this game has completely changed.
Yeah, reason why they have found their shooting stroke. Their offense is clicking.
So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there. And one thing DeMar DeRozan, Steve, has become great at is running that high pick and roll with the big, usually something a point guard does, but DeRozan is very deadly in that set.
I love him because he's comfortable handling the basketball out top, does a nice job of coming off the pick and roll, gets to his spot to raise up, and you know if he gets all the way to the rim, he can challenge any big in this league. DeMar DeRozan has turned the corner from being a guy who helps with the scoring load to a guy who can carry the scoring load. Has a lot of ways to put up points on the board.
Catching up on the changes with Miami. Luke Babbitt, he's checked in for Bosh. Josh Richardson comes in for Wayne Ellington. And it's Tyler Johnson in for Goran Dragic. And Steve, for DeRozan and his scoring impact, not only have his points gone up, but he's scoring at a more efficient rate, not just a volume shooter anymore.
Well, started off as a slasher. Now he's a guy comfortable in the mid-range, handling the basketball, get to the free throw line. It is scary if he can add the 3-ball.
And some kind of switch must have been flipped at halftime because both teams are getting after it.
I would have loved to hear the coach's speech because they really took heed to it. Like you said, both teams playing at a different pace.
Bucket is good. DeRozan's got 17.
It seems that DeRozan has been involved in every score out there in this one, just zipping around the floor.
We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. And from the most recent huddle, let's listen in on head coach Dwayne Casey.
But it's about defense down here. No second shot. Rebound, we go. All right? But make sure, make a miss, get back.
All right, we welcome you back to what's been a hard-fought battle. Fourth quarter should be good. The Heat trail by 3. Joseph and DeRozan the guard set. Then it's Nogueira. Then it's Damari Carey. So that's the 5 in the game for Toronto. Here's Babbitt. That's good, and Johnson with the assist. Babbitt's got the first basket as we get going in the fourth for Miami. And stolen by Richardson. And here's the fast break. Richardson leading the way to take the lead. Second shot opportunity. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. Ties it up, and this next one could give them the lead. So he picks up just 1 from the line that time.
He is definitely disappointed. He couldn't put his team up in front, but at least he knotted this one up.
And gets it to go.
Nice job from Carroll there to get his hands up and be ready for that shot.
Johnson kicks to Johnson. The pass to Whiteside. The feed to Richardson. Shot clock at 6. It's tipped. Now the Raptors moving it up. Here's Nogueira.
Shooting for Toronto, taking 2 shots.
And that one misses. Raptors making a switch here. Valanciunas is checked in. And he's good on the second. We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. Pass to Magruder. It's stolen by Valanciunas. The dish to DeRozan. And Winslow pulls it down. The Heat trail by 3. Here's Whiteside. And the 3 off target. Guys, some great passing from him.
Yeah, everybody's touching it, and you're starting to see the assists pile up because the rhythm is on display offensively.
And out of bounds as the Heat gain possession.
You can see it. He knew he made a mistake the second the ball left his hands.
P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for Nogueira. And then for Miami, Wash comes in for James Johnson. And it's Dragic in for Johnson. Here's Dragic. Pass to Magruder. Kicks to Bosh. We're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter in this one. And Dragic with the basket on the assist by Bosh. Dragic has got it all tied up now for the Heat.
When he gets it going from out there, look out.
There's the pick. Screened by Valanciunas. DeMar DeRozan on the wing. Fires it up. That doesn't go either for DeRozan.
How anyone could give him that much room from his spot is crazy, but the defender got away with it.
Here's Bosh. Pass to Magruder. He dishes it to Winslow. Stolen by Tucker. Launches the 3. DeRozan gets the bucket. DeRozan's got 13 points in the second half.
He's got some serious momentum going right now. He's been great all day. Even last game, he was on fire.
You know what? He doesn't get worn down coming off a big game. It just builds him up even more.
And the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a 3-point play. It's going to send Chris Bosh to the free throw line. That one on DeRozan. Patrick Patterson, he's checked in for Toronto. Dion Waiters checked in for Miami. And we're about 3 minutes into the fourth quarter. Joseph, the pass to Tucker. He kicks it to Patterson. Patterson, the screen, pass to Tucker. Out to the right wing. Now here's Joseph. He's guarded by Dragic. Here's DeRozan. Another miss by DeRozan. Miami's gone 6 of 11 when they've taken the three-point shot tonight. Very respectable. Here's Waiters. Here's Bosh. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Bosh has got 5 points now in the quarter.
The defense just gets caught standing around that time and giving up the second chance opportunity.
Second chance points can kill you. You must concentrate on the defensive glass.
DeRozan's shot is off. For Miami, they've gone 4 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Dragic kicks to Whiteside. The second effort, and Bosh with the layup. And it's a 4-point Heat lead.
He has a nose for the glass and a sixth sense in terms of how to read the angles.
Good.
Patterson is so active and efficient with his movements inside.
For Miami, they've gone 5 for 9 from the field in the final quarter so far. Passes it to Winslow. Feeds it to Bosh. Back to Winslow. Good, and it's Bosh picking up the assist. Winslow's got the lead up to 4 now for the Heat.
That's just an impeccable offensive set there to get an easy look inside.
Stolen by Waiters. And now it's Waiters running. He can go all the way. And there it is for him. And the Heat lead by 6.
And that couldn't have gone better for them right there. Forget about playing it safe. They're looking to finish this thing off in style.
And it's DeRozan at the elbow. Lets it go from the wing. Rebound by the Heat.
It's really a tale of 2 quarters. Shot it so well in the last, but this one can't get anything to fall.
44 seconds left in the game. Dragic kicks to Whiteside. 4 on the clock. Misses in close. Game could be on the line right here.
It's now or never.
To the inside. Valanciunas. It's in! And now they trail by just 4.
That was a cold-blooded play there from Valanciunas. Not fazed at all by the situation.
And now they decide to foul intentionally. 24 seconds left to play in the final quarter. And they go to the intentional foul.
At the line of the Heat, Waiters. 2 shots.
2 shots.
He hits the first one, and that puts them up by 5. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 6-point ball game.
Big shots there. They are clearly in control of this game now.
Toronto calls timeout. They're down by 6. 23 seconds left in the game. Guys, your thoughts?
And I'm not sure the 2-point bucket does much here. I think they got to go for 3.
They need to work on getting a clean, quality look from the perimeter here. That should be their focus.
.23 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Down low. Shoots. Yes! And now they trail by just 4.
DeRozan simply rising to the occasion with that make. Huge shot.
And now an intentional foul. They need the ball back as soon as possible.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let them dribble the game out.
Shooting for Miami, Goran Dragic. Taking 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
He hits the first one, and that puts them up by 5. Second one is good. And both at the line. It's a 6-point ball game.
That's all, folks. Terrific job at the line to put this one in the bag.
And the Raptors call time here. They're down by 6. There's 14 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. What do you think, guys?
And I'm not sure the 2-point bucket does much here. I think they got to go for 3.
They need to work on getting a clean, quality look from the perimeter here. That should be their focus.
There's 14 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Patterson can't get it to go, and now we've got the intentional foul.
That's his fourth personal foul. At the line of lead, assignment 2 shots.
Gentlemen, 2 shots. Loop shot.
He drops the first one, and that makes it a 7-point lead. Second free throw, no good that time. He really wanted that one. Here's Caboclo, nails the triple. And so the big win by Miami in a tight game. A truly gutsy performance away from home.
You know, it really was. And Kevin, when this one was hanging in the balance late, they showed just what a tough-minded group they can be.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much, Goran. Where do you think this team is right now in terms of working together and getting things done out there?
I mean, it's building progress for us. We have a lot of young, talented guys. It's a working process, but you know, get better every day, every game, and we're going to see what's going to happen this season.
A lot to look forward to here. Thanks, Goran. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll do it, folks. For Steve Smith, Craig Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for tuning in. Now time to head over to the studio where the award-winning Ernie Johnson is with Shaq and Kenny, all standing by. Guys, take it away.
The 2K Sports Post-Game Show.
Thank you, Kevin. Now it's time to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Chris Bosh. Let's get your opinion, Kenny.
He was a wrecking ball underneath. His size, his toughness, his strength, clearly the most physical guy on the floor tonight. But also, he had a sweet touch around the basket.
There must be something about playing on the road that brings out the best in him. I haven't seen this in a player in a while. He gave a very focused and determined effort. And this effort is the biggest reason they're walking away with this win, Ernie, Kenny.
And that'll do it for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. For Kenny Smith, for Shaquille O'Neal, for Kevin Harlan, and for the entire 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson. I hope you have a wonderful, even beyond wonderful, a spectacular, just great. I mean,